All right, y'all boys. Let's have a conversation that's probably long awaited. How I use God to make me financially free. I'm effectively 22 years old, and it's safe to say that I've achieved financial freedom. But it took me 9 years to get to this point. 9 years. I've been pursuing this path for time and time on end with the intention of figuring out how people are getting rich and wealthy. But then I quickly acquired these three skills. And these three habits that I picked up, these three lessons that I learned, these three skills that I mastered are exactly what got me to where I'm at today. Now, there's a lot of people that may be watching this video asking me, June, where's your supercar? Where's your, I'm in the nice apartment, but where's your chain? Where's your jewelry? Where's the cash? Why aren't you flashing and flexing on us like everybody else does? And the reality is, I used to be that person. If you go check out my Instagram, you'll see that I used to have that type of stuff. I used to have the jewelry. I had the nice house. I had the girls. I had it all. I had it all. But I quickly learned that that wasn't riches. That wasn't freedom. I was actually just setting myself up for prison. All these people that you see on the internet who are flashy and they're showing off this specific lifestyle that's the cliche rich guy lifestyle. It's not necessarily that they are happy doing what they're doing. No, they are forced to do it because the world has told them that this is what's needed. They are pursuing fleshly desires. They're pursuing lust. They're pursuing exterior approval from people. They're pursuing things that are outside of their control. And here's the thing, this is the dangers of it. Because in face value, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with having a nice car or a nice watch or pretty women around you. There's nothing wrong with it from a shallow point of view. But when you look at it from an exterior perspective, and you take yourself out of the physical plane and you go into the spiritual, you'll learn something very, very valuable. And it'll be so obvious that you'll almost laugh at the people who are walking around trying to show off these things. The realization was this, and this was my very first awakening, my very first lesson that I learned. Material comes and goes. People come and go. Money comes and goes. None of these things have actual value. And there's always going to be more. So it is a never-ending cycle of pursuing pleasure. You're chasing the next high. Therefore, you will never be satisfied, meaning you will never be free. Which is funny because they tell you when you start to pursue these riches, these materials, then you are free. When you have it, then you are free. But no, the more that you have, the more in bondage you become. See, you're setting yourself up for self-imprisonment, which is the worst imprisonment because you don't even know that you are in jail. So step one is stop pursuing material wealth, because material wealth is the number one cause for brokenness. What is it for a man to gain the whole world but lose himself? That's what you're doing. You want to become poor? Chase money. That's number one, man. So number one, stop pursuing material wealth. Get it out the way. I had to get it out my system, unfortunately. You know what I mean? I had to. I had no choice. Matter of fact, I will show y'all right now. This is how much I spent in the span of 10 months on one of my accounts. I'll show y'all this real quick, just so y'all can see how stupid this was. This was one of my accounts. I have 4 accounts. This was my spending. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Is that not crazy, y'all? So I spent well over $250,000, y'all, in pursuit of riches, is what they call it. I only spend 1/3 of my income. And I spent over $100,000 on one account last year. That should show y'all how dumb I was, how ignorant I was. I thought I had it all figured out. I thought I made it. I thought I was at the top. I had the nice car, the watch, the girls, everything. I was like, oh my gosh, bro, I made it. I'm at the high rise. I'm in downtown. I got the penthouse. I got everything, bro. I did it. And then a month went by and I was like, okay, I'm just going to go buy more things. And then another month went by and I was like, oh, it's cool. I'm going to just buy more things. And then I realized, no, I'm in prison. I thought I was free, but I actually put myself in the prison because I was filling a void that was unfillable. I was trying to fill the void with money. So I was just burning a hole through my soul. Then God took it all away. I lost it all. And I was actually happy. I went back home. Spent time with my family, my niece, my nephew, you know? And I got this niece and nephew, man. I love these kids. I spent time with my sisters. And I was like, hold on. Why am I more happy now with less money, no high rise, no car, no girls, and I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. I had my friends, I had my family, and I had God. I was going to church every single Sunday again. It's like, hold on, man. This is interesting because this is not what the world tells you, right? This is not what the world tells you. The world tells you when you get the nice stuff and you start moving how you want to, and you got the cash and you got the millions, man, that's when you're free. And I was like, man, I felt more like a slave when I was living like that than I am now. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Then it finally hit me. Oh, okay. Being at the top means nothing without the people from the bottom. Because here's the reality. Being at the bottom sucks too. Let's be real. But the reason why it sucks is because you don't know what it's like being at the top. It's not that you don't like being at the bottom. It's that you don't appreciate the people around you because you've never been away from the people around you. You know what the perfect mix is though? Being at the top with the people from the bottom. I'm not one of those cliche guys who's telling you guys you shouldn't want to get rich. No, God states that wealth and honor come from you. You are the ruler of all things. In your hands are strength and power to exalt and to give strength to all. Now, our God, we give you thanks and praise your glorious name. So wealth and honor comes from God. So yes, we should be wealthy. We should be rich. I still have a lot of money. I make a lot of money. After that period with my family, I came back to the city and I grinded my butt off. And you guys are seeing it. I have a whole journey where I'm tracking myself for 30 days straight, showing you guys how I'm planning on making $40,000 profit by the end of that 30-day period. And I already hit it. I think I hit that 30K on day like 3 or something like that. But I made that journey not only to show you guys that it's attainable, but to also show you guys that there's a way to become rich and make money and still make time for God and still make time for your loved ones and still be free, right? And still pursue happiness and pursue spiritual growth while you're also growing physically. The reason why I'm doing this journey is so I can show people, yo, there is a way to make money. There is a way to be financially free, but also be happy and also be spiritually correct. Every single weekend I take time off and I go see my family. I go to church every single weekend. I go see my family. I go spend time with my loved ones. And then I come back here and I work. So number one was realizing that pursuing material wealth is actually just pursuing poorness. It's pursuing poverty. It's pursuing your own demise. But number two is I realized that true freedom comes from within. True freedom comes from spirituality. It comes from the spirit within. See, Christ stated that he has departed from us, but he has left the spirit with us. So we're left with the same spirit, the same Holy Spirit that was present within Christ. So the same capabilities that Christ had, we have in the human world. Now we must learn how to leverage this, because once we master the spirits, we have mastered the physical. The physical has no choice but just to follow this that's within. So if true wealth doesn't come from material, where does it come from? It comes from God. It comes from physical freedom. It comes from breaking the shambles of bondage of the devil. And the devil isn't some two-horned creature who's ugly and all creepy looking. No, no, no. The devil is actually that pretty girl sitting right next to you. The devil is actually that supercar that you would kill anybody for. The devil is that $1 million that you've been working for and you've been neglecting your loved ones for. That's the devil. The devil is your desires. The devil is that little voice in your ear telling you you can't go to the gym. The devil is the person who's telling you that you cannot become financially free without screwing somebody over. That's the devil. Be careful, because it states keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer. So if the devil is your biggest enemy, then the closest person to you might be your enemy. Spirituality is the key to true freedom. Once you've mastered the spirit, you've mastered the physical. Scared the dog crap out of me, boy. Okay? So read your Bible, pray, meditate in the morning. Stay off social media, bro. Social media should only be used as a tool. It should not be using you. Then last but not least, man, last but not least, this is the very last thing I learned, bro, that got me to being financially free. The very last thing, man. Investing your money will not make you rich. Investing your money will make you wealthy. And there's no such thing as passive income. All income requires a level of leverage. It requires a level of equity. Sometimes that equity is cash. Sometimes that equity is sweating. Sometimes that equity is hard work. But all income requires a specific level of equity to be inputted in order for you to get it in return. So get this mindset out of your head. Eliminate this passive freedom mindset. This concept that you can make money while doing absolutely nothing. Okay? You must work to make money. That's it. Now, there's the difference between mental work, physical work, spiritual work, right? There's different levels and different levers of work, right? There's certain work that allows you to leverage more out than you put in, which then feels like passive income, but it's not truly passive because it still has to be a certain amount of work that you have to put in. Work has to be put in. It truly does. So if people on the internet telling you, man, I'll teach you how to make $1 million and you ain't got to do nothing but sit on your ass all day. There's a study that came out of over 90% of millionaires are over the age of 50 years old. So all these 20-year-olds who claim to be multimillionaires are cap. They're lying to you. They're telling you guys a course. Okay? That's the reality of it. I'm not a multimillionaire. I'm in my 20s. I made a lot of money. I'm not a liquid multimillionaire. I'm not. And if you're looking for that guy, I'm not that guy. I work, I make my money, I have fun with life.